is equal, etc. All that is all eyewash. Like Venkatachala, when he was Chief Justice, everybody looked up to him not only because of his high morality but also because of his learning. So it makes all of difference.
Right.
Because then you behave like the other chap behaves. Otherwise, if you all go down under, then everything goes down under.
But how
But
did
you see, this all this happens like this because you must remember the sort of fear complex in the emergency and the sort of thing that happened. Is, when I was invited, when I was Additional Solicitor General, to the opening of a conference in Rajamundry, Andhra.
Right.
2,000 lawyers ultimately attended, but in between, the emergency came.
Right.
So I resigned. So I wrote to them a letter and said that because I was asked only because I was a government, high-ranking officer. So they said, no, we are asked you because you are you and so on, and you have to come, yeah. So I went, and at that time, three of us went from here. Justice Krishnaya, he was a judge. Rangarajan, very nice man, judge of the Delhi High Court. The chap who released from detention Kuldeep Nayak. That's a famous case.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
He was jailed.
And myself, so we were all three. Now, we of course went separately, and when we went, happened to go on the same plane to wherever it was. I think from Hyderabad we had to go somewhere else. That poor chap came, the pioneer was organizing that big conference. He was all in tears. So he said, what happened? His son was a maverick. His son, a college student.
Yeah.
So the professor in the college said, now boys and girls, let's all go and support the 20-point program in the streets of wherever it was, Rajamundry. So he got up and said, no, I object. Object? So, yes, I object. Why? No, we should not do it during learning time, we'll do it on Saturday, like that. Damn fool, stupid fellow. Anyway, he said that. Nothing happened. One day later, the district magistrate of that county signed a warrant for his arrest.
Oh God.
That you are a danger to the security of the state.
my God?
The moment you say security, oh, you see, this is a problem. Then, I always cite this as this sort of, this sort of enervating feeling that everybody gets during times when times are bad. That he couldn't be traced because there was a big lunch the very first day when we went. The law minister was there, one chap called Pasha, okay. So a very sweet, nice fellow. And there was very hot food. The Andhra chaps, they eat horrible food. Yeah. You can't eat it. So he saw that I was eating nothing, so he said, no, Mr. Nariman, you must come and dine with me tonight, etc. He invited all these other chaps also. And then he gave us. So we told him about this boy who was arrested. So he said, no, this is absurd. We have to look into it. And they looked into it and found that they didn't know who had arrested him. And where he was, in which jail. Which jail. He couldn't be found. Nobody could find him. But after 3 days, his parents were all aghast and he was found. Ultimately, of course, he was released. But I'm just saying that this is the fear complex that comes in. People, Mrs. Gandhi would have been aghast, quite frankly, to see that some poor chap who has said we won't go for the 20-point program, which is arrested. I'm sure there's no question about it. But this is the tendency. The tendency then for everybody is to follow the leader. Yeah. And that's a very bad thing. You have to remember that.
But that must have been really scary.
In fact, when I used to walk, when we were in Saptajangle, I used to walk every day in Nehru Park.
Right.
And there was a Canadian High Commissioner who also walked. A chap called Bruce Grant, a nice fellow. he told me that he had met Mrs. Gandhi immediately after the emergence.
Right.
And she told him, I don't know how far it's true, that she was amazed at the lack of the will of anybody here in the country to object. She was amazed.
Wow.
She
my
was amazed.
God.
She was
See,
amazed.
right there.
But I wonder how
Bruce
did.
Grant, he was a very nice chap, yeah. He was a career diplomat, he wasn't part of the ministry people who came up to. But he was a career diplomat.
But then just taking on from that, like, so what was the courage for you guys? Like, how did you, like, why did you resign? Like, why weren't you scared? Why
Because
did
not scared. Scared later, after resign. But I'm saying the immediate reason was that I wasn't able to defend all this stupid nonsense that they were promulgating. My successor did, but what am I to do? And if you want the post, then you have to do what the damn fellows tell you.
Right.
Like that.
What made the Chief Justice at that time immediately fall in line and follow?
No,
Because
he was always a great supporter of Mrs. Gandhi. In
so
fact, you see, when we went on a conference in Spain, this was sometime during the emergency, yes, correct. And he was the leader of the
Right.
delegation, or Indian delegation. A lot of chaps, I was there because I was president of the Bar Association. And we all went. He said, Nariman, there is no leader like Mrs. Gandhi and all that. No. I mean, that's what he told me in Madrid and all these places.
that was before emergency, obviously, well before.
Beg your pardon?
Well before
during-
emergency.
during-
During
During,
emergency. No, but I'm saying that Mrs.
international conference where some of us went.
No, so I'm assuming Mrs. Gandhi knew that she would get immediate support from the Chief Justice when she.
Beg your pardon? No, I'm not sure she didn't know all this. When we met her, in fact, she wrote me a very nice letter which I wish I had kept. I didn't keep. After I resigned,
Yeah.
she wrote a nice letter saying, thanking me for the work I put in during my term, like that, which she didn't have. I had no grudge against her or something,
Right.
personally, any such thing. But that's how everybody reacts, you see, everybody goes.
Do you also think that somewhere down the line that Ramnath ji and you met at that time was also in some ways serendipity because even
Yes,
you
correct,
were all
correct.
kind of, I think, had you not resigned, maybe he would have not hired you.
Maybe.
How he could have.
But he was very fond of me. Quite
Yes,
frankly.
of course.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I knew that because
Right.
he always consults me and so on.